Hi guys, I'm back. So I finished my new NACA binder, and it took so much longer than what I thought it was going to take. But I got it done, and it's not really how I actually want it, but I just want to give you guys an overview of how I did it. Now, this is the way I want my binder to be. It's really no rhyme or reason, but just something that makes sense to me. You guys can do yours any way you want. I just wanted to maybe give you guys a point of reference. And also check out the video from the real estate agent in Las Vegas. I can't think of her name right now, but just YouTube search NACA and she'll come up. She has great videos and she also does a binder series, so you can check that out. Okay, so in the front of my binder, I have my NACA qualification workbook. Now I have this because I like to go back to it to use it as a point of reference to look at max purchase price, look at buy down, just whatever I have a question about. I like to go back and look at it. Over here on the left side, I have my NACA action plan. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. See, my action plan, and on the other side is my qualification workbook. I'm glad to say that for my action plan, I have completed everything that she had on here, so I'm all set for my next meeting with her. I'm happy about that. Okay, going on to my next tab, I have my paycheck stubs, and I put that here because I felt like that's part of the initial intake that that they ask you for, so they can get you qualified, and I put all of my check stubs, for the last 90 days. So that's my next tab, and that's just paycheck stubs, nothing spectacular. My next tab, I have all of my 90-day worth of bank statements. Now, I have three bank accounts, so I have a lot of bank statements that I needed to print off for her. So I got my bank statements next. Um, After bank statements, I have my tax information. I have my letters to the IRS that I've written. I have my W-2s. I have my tax returns. I've already filed my taxes for this year, so I had that for her and from last year. And I also have my tax transcripts for the last 2 years. Remember, they also want your tax transcripts, so don't forget to print those off. This is the one thing I didn't have. My file wasn't updated on IRS, but it is now. So I went off and printed these and I sent them to her via email and I uploaded them to my file. So if you want to see that tab, I'll just show you like I'll just show you the beginning of the tab. It's just my IRS information. Okay, next I ran my credit report. Now I ran two credit reports. I ran one way back last year when I first went to my meeting just to look and see what was on my credit report. And I ran another one from annualfreecreditreport.com to see what was on there now. And I did this, and I got it in here because, like I said, I like to go back and look at things. And I did this so I can see what was on here and what I needed to write LOEs for. As I mentioned before, I had LOEs that she didn't even need, but I'd rather have more than not enough. So, on this credit report, it had that I had 20 previous addresses. Now, who really has 20 previous addresses if you're not in, like, the military or something? So I had to go through and I wrote an LOE for all of these addresses. I wrote about what were actually mine and what belonged to my mom and my sister. My sister had a lot of addresses from college to when she moved and got her job and roommate to roommate. So I think every time she was changing her address, because we have the same last name, it was interfering with mine too. So I wrote a LOE for that. I wrote a LOE for my name. My name is on my credit report 8 different ways. I wrote a LOE about all of these names and proof that none of these are my name. Except the variations, like some of them have my middle initial, some don't. Okay, that's me. Some have my middle name spelled all the way out. Okay, that's me. But some that just have different names all the way, that's not me. I also reached out to the credit reporting agency to get these taken off because they're not me. So if you want to see that, that's just my credit report. Nothing spectacular about that. But unfortunately, I had a lot of credit in the past, a lot of debt, a lot of collections, a lot of charge-offs. So I had a lot of LOEs that I had to write, but I did them. And as you can see, as I was going through, I was marking the ones that like little smiley faces for the ones that were getting ready to fall off my report, or I did little stars for the stuff that's current that I don't need to write a letter for. My binder came open. I hit the button when I did that. Just bear with me 1 second while I fix this, because I don't want these papers falling out again, because there's a lot of papers. Just 1 second, please.